Hey guys, how's it going? Inazilla back again today with another top 10 list. Today's focusing on the best, normally illegal, restricted legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Why? Well, because 1, they're fun to talk about because they're so overwhelmingly powerful, and 2, because they're going to be legal to use in Series 8 VGC. Yay! And also, not yay! Anyways, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, all that stuff helps. Oh, and they're not going to be in any particular order. Okay, let's get into the video. First up is Groudon. I think Groudon is going to be a good for any format that allows restricted legendaries. Why? Well, it's like insanely bulky, it sets its own harsh sunlight, and hits hard on both the physical and special sides. The first thing I thought of when TPCI revealed the new rules for the new ranked season was a weakness policy Groudon with a Surf Dragapult. Kind of like the popular Colossal strategy, but this will abuse your insane bulk and Sun to reduce Surf damage. You'll break stashes and proc your policy both at once while scoring easy KOs. This strategy may be weak to rain teams, especially ones with Kyogre, but hey, that's what teammates are for. Groudon can do more than just smash things really hard with policy sets. It can abuse Assault Vest to be a super tanky wall breaker. Do stupid things with Thunder Wave and Stealth Rock and all sorts of cool things. It is weak to Intimidate and Will-O-Wisp now that it doesn't have its primal form anymore with its fire typing, but hey, the past is the past, time to move on. Number 2, Palkia. Palkia may not seem like it, but I think it can be a really cool bulky wall breaker. 90 hit points paired with 100 defense and 120 special defense means it's pretty thick. 150 special attack and you're going to find some easy KOs here and there. And although there are a lot of Pokemon with base 100 speed, it is a nice speed tier to be in. Its 2 stabs have excellent max moves. Warm Wind dropping attack, effectively making Palkia even bulkier, and Geyser helping you take control of the weather conditions. It also gets access to Earth Power, fire moves being Flamethrower and Fire Blast, Thunder and Thunderbolt, and so it has excellent coverage. Earth Power is even more exceptional than the others as it gives you a special defense boost when you use it as Max Quake. So again, with Palkia, I'm thinking Assault Vest could be a great item for it. It even gets arguably the best special dragon move in the game, being Spatial Rend. 100 base power, 95 accuracy with no drawbacks like Draco Meteor? Epic! Yeah, I really like Palkia. Maybe even invest in its bulk and give it the right supporting Pokemon, and a weakness policy set could be right for it too. KYOGRE. KYOGRE has been amazing every day since it came out back in Gen 3. It sets its own rain, can abuse AoE water moves like Water Spout, Surf, and Origin Pulse, and hit really hard with them. If you didn't know, AoE means attack on everything. So like spread moves. Water Spout is a water type eruption. Surf hits all the things and Origin Pulse has bad accuracy, but it hits only its opponents, not dependent on your own HP. Choice Scarf, Choice Specs, protect with Mystic Water or some other power boosting item, and KYOGRE is ready to go. It gets great coverage with Thunder and Ice Beam, and moves like Blizzard. KYOGRE may not be the most complicated Pokemon, but it sure is very powerful and very easy to use. XERNEAS. Talking about easy to use, XERNEAS is the definition of that. Provide it with some fake out or redirection support to allow it to set up a Geomancy and let it sweep hard. Geomancy doubles both your special stats and your speed, all in one turn, if you have the Power Herb equipped. I can tell you one thing right now, if XERNEAS gets popular, so will Duraludon. Why? Well, XERNEAS loves redirection support, and it's weak to steel. Duraludon ignores redirection with its Stalwart ability, and it hits XERNEAS super effectively with steel moves. But once it gets set up, it's going to sweep all the things really hard. It also hates Trick Room, so if you want to use XERNEAS, it's probably best to have some way to prevent Trick Room from getting set up. A Pokemon with Trick Room and Imprison, or Taunt, or simply reversing Trick Room with your own Trick Room would be very beneficial for our glittery dear friend here. Necrozma. Base Necrozma is bad. Don't use base Necrozma. I'm talking about its other 2 forms, Duskmane and Dawn Wings. Similar to Rhyperior's solid rock ability, Prism Armor Reduces super effective moves by 25%. Both forms of Necrozma are super bulky too. Dustman gets 97 hit points, 127 defense, and 109 special defense, and Dawn Wing swaps the physical and special defense stats. Dustman gets an amazing 157 attack, Dawn Wings gets a 157 in its special attack. They're relatively slow at base 77 speed, but these things are so ridiculously bulky that they may not even matter too much. They're faster than Metagross, and Metagross is an amazing Pokemon. Metagross gets a step up on these guys because it gets clear body, making it immune to stat drops from its opponents, but the sheer bulk Necrozma has it going is it's going to turn some Metagross players away. Weakness policy will be amazing on these guys, much like most of these restricted Pokemon. I'm thinking that either of these Pokemon will work well in Tailwind or Trick Room, similar to my Players Cup 3 Metagross team. Yes, try using these guys. You're going to love it. Dialga. Dialga, like Palkia, is going to be an excellent choice for you if you like super bulky wall breakers. It gets similar coverage, getting Earth Power and Electric moves. Both its stabs effectively make it very physically bulky. Steel Spike providing defense boosts, while Whirlwind drops opposing attack. Dialga functions very similar to Palkia in that regard, meaning Assault Vest will make Dialga very hard to kill. It is somewhat slower, sitting at base 90 speed, but with Pokemon like this, it doesn't matter too much in the end. It does other cool things like set Trick Room, paralyze things with Thunder Wave, and it can get Stealth Rock if you're into that. Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh gets two really cool abilities. Regenerator allows it to heal a bunch of health when it switches out of battle, allowing it to live a lot longer than it really should. Pressure, one of my favorite abilities, drops your opponent's PP by 1 extra stage every time it attacks. Now I'm thinking, abuse this thing's ridiculous bulk with moves like Substitute, Protect, and Roost, or Recover. You get both. You'll be draining your opponent's PP so quick. All the heavy hitting moves generally have low PP to begin with, so play defensively for a few turns and now your opponent can't really hit you anymore. Epic! Its signature move Sacred Fire is amazing too. It's got good power and has a 50% chance to burn its target. Or in my case, a 5% chance to burn its target and 95% chance for it to burn me. But that's just me. Its coverage is pretty awesome, along with its stab flying move like Dual Wing Me to Brave Bird. Physical moves like Earthquake, Bulldoze, Iron Head, and Zen Headbutt allow it to hit a lot of things really hard. Its special coverage ain't too shabby either. You're more of a physical attacker, but hey, surprise your opponent with a special Ho-Oh, why not? Don't pass over Ho-Oh because of its seemingly mediocre stats. YVELTAL. Looking at Bacon Bird's stats, it doesn't seem like YVELTAL really has much going for it. But don't let that fool you. This thing can function similarly to Galarian Moltres in the way that they have the same typing and want to go fast while dropping special defense. Galarian Moltres requires setting up though, and YVELTAL likes to just go ham right as it comes out of its Pokeball. YVELTAL has a cool ability being Dark Aura, which boosts your team's dark moves by 33%. That's a significant boost. It can be ran physical or special too, having 131 in both its offensive stats. Special is probably better because its max darkness drops special defense. It can taunt, tailwind, or even punish opposing physical attackers with foul play. Don't forget Snarl too. Snarl is awesome because it drops special attack stats. It may even be a good idea to just leave with YVELTAL on Galarian Moltres in a double battle and abuse Dark Aura to get off super powerful Snarls and Fiery Wraths, while getting special attack drops and flinching all the things. Stick a weakness policy on Moltres and take a weak super effective hit to start the sweep. Epic! Number 9, Zacian. Zacian? Zacian? I know the last pronunciation is definitely wrong, but let's talk about Puppy. Don't let the fact that Zacian can't Dynamax deter you from using it. This thing is absolutely crazy. When holding the Rusted Sword item, this thing is in Crown Sword form, making it have base 148 speed and 170 attack. To top that off, its ability Intrepid Sword boosts its attack by 1 stage just for being out on the field. Zacian is freaking busted, and I kind of hate it. It's everywhere on the Anything Goes ladder, and for good reason. Its main stab move, Behemoth Blade, normally has 100 base power. Okay, that's actually really good. When it hits a Pokemon that's Dynamax, then it gets boosted to 200 base power. That's more powerful than the most powerful of max moves. Zacian is just absolutely busted, and believe me when I say it's going to be everywhere when VGC Series 8 starts. I didn't even mention that this thing gets access to Sword Stance. Oh, you want to max Worm Wind it? Or its teammates to neutralize its attack? Ha! It's also a fairy type. It's immune to that, and it's going to hit your dragon super hard to punish that. Your best bet is to beat this. To beat this is either to get immediate speed control with Trick Room or Tailwind, and then burn it or Oko it. Which isn't easy either because it's actually pretty bulky too. CALYREX. Did I pronounce that right? Similar to Kyurem, which I didn't mention, and Necrozma, which I did, CALYREX has multiple forms. Its base form is trash, and its other two are incredible. Ice Rider and Shadow Rider both get the new ability as one, combining base CALYREX's ability Unnerve, preventing its opponent from eating their berries, and Glacier's Chilling Neigh or Spectre's Grim Neigh ability. So it gets attack or special attack boost from scoring KOs. Let's talk about Ice Rider first. This thing gets ridiculous attack and defensive stats. It can set its own Trick Room, it can Leech Seed, has an AoE move being Glacial Lance to top it off. You can still have a Glacier on your team too because they're technically a separate Pokemon. So if you're playing doubles, you're going to have a fine swell day Okoing all the things with a couple of cold horses. Okay, Shadow Rider. This thing has insane speed and special attack. It can prevent Trick Room with a Trick Room Imprison set or just Taunt. It can Will-O-Wisp, Nasty Plot to attempt to sweep, and it gets a lot of decent coverage. Its signature stab move, Astral Barrage, hits both opponents in double battles too. I believe both CALYREX forms are going to be very dominant in the meta once they're legal, so get ready guys. Okay, that's the top 10, but there's a lot of strong restricted uber legendaries to pick from, so here's some honorable mentions. Eternatus. Eternatus can be a great choice. Dynamax kinda works similar to Behemoth Blade. It can pull us off a slow, bulky set with moves like Cosmic Power too. It just can't Dynamax and that's why it doesn't cut the top 10. Giratina. Base Giratina, not Origin. Base Giratina is so tanky and it gets the Pressure ability. It just doesn't get any reliable recovery outside of Rest, making it difficult to use. It doesn't really hit all that hard either. It can Will-O-Wisp, but support sets are better left on normal Pokemon. Your Uber should be the one sweeping. Lugia. Insane bulk and a great ability in multiscale makes for a really great weakness policy user. Just any residual damage breaks multiscale and then it takes that super effective move way worse. It's rather slow for a restricted legendary and it really needs the policy off to get it going. Okay, that's it for the video guys. Thanks so much for watching. If I missed something, it's because this video was hard to make and I could only include so many. Mewtwo and Zekrom are just a couple that I thought of including. Oh well. Okay, bye.